Hey, guys and gals, this is Amanda, and thank you for joining us tonight. And oh my, and thank you, Scammer Stoppers, for stopping by. Yes, definitely introduce yourself, and thank you for starting in May of last year. I think that's awesome. Also, I have my friends Nope and Peter that will be joining us, and we'll just be chit chatting away. Scammer Stoppers, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, you're more than welcome to. Hello, some kiddo. All right, welcome. All right, hey Nope, hey
Hello.
Peter, hey
Hello.
guys. Thank you for joining
Hello.
us. And oh, just some cat. Hey, some cat. Thanks for joining us.
Some
And
Tito.
yeah, hey, I like how that. I like that name. That's really cool. And you're welcome to join us if you want to. If you know my Discord, um, then you're more than welcome. I can send you
You,
the link. That way,
you
we
don't.
don't have another Jane incident.
You don't. You don't know who this is. I know who this is.
The some keto.
Yes. Some Tito.
I like that. I like that name.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, what have you guys been up to today?
Um. I did a lot of calls today. Um. I did do some work in the um server itself. Um. But other than that, I just chilled with a friend today.
Cool. And anything else? And we have the flu and Illusivision. I know I
Yeah,
probably said that.
this guy, the flu guy, he's legit. He's legit as fuck.
I
I'll tell you
know
that right
he's
now.
he's awesome. He's
I'll tell you that
awesome.
right now. And
Yeah.
any fan of Deftones is a good guy in my book.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. And today we're just kind of talking about what we've been up to in the Scambait community, and if there's any other suggestions, feedback, and plus, if you'd like to join in on the chit chat, you're more than welcome. Just to DM me, and I'll send you the link. So, anyway, nope, you said you've been doing some calls. What kind of calls were you doing today?
Mostly tech support and refund.
Cool.
Um, I don't generally go outside of that bracket myself, but I do sometimes. My
What's your?
favorite,
Oops,
um,
sorry. Go ahead.
you're gonna ask my favorite is tech
Yeah.
support. Tech
of,
support and refunds. That's why
of
I
of
stick with what
course.
I stick with what I know. Stick
I
with
Yes.
what
agree. Tech
stick with
support's
what
pretty fun.
stick with what I like.
Hmm. Yeah, because Peter, you do a lot of those.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not. And that being said, I'm not saying any specific part of scam baiting is more important than the last. It's just those are my favorite ones to do myself.
I like the Amazon TV channel where they have you
Oh
set up
yeah,
a device. Those are always fun too. You
yeah,
make up
'cause
fake names of
yeah.
channels you want.
sometimes sometimes I'll look up random like 5 letter words and just like say that as my activation code and stuff. They'll
Hmm.
just,
Yeah.
they'll just accept it because they don't have anything backing them. They're just gonna accept whatever you give them.
Yeah.
Well, and did you get any information out of anyone today?
No, I did not myself. I didn't do any of that stuff.
Mm. No, I totally understand. Totally understand. Um, so what else? Oh, actually, you can tell us what's going on in SDS.
Um, well, We are working on a handful of projects. We just put together a new I'm sorry, you caught me off guard here. I'm a little bit
No,
tired. I'm a little
no,
bit
it's
tired.
okay. Sorry.
We put
Sorry.
together a new rule set for what we put on other platforms and stuff like that. We
We got private bin too as well. That's a
yeah,
new
thank
thing.
you,
Mhm.
thank you, Pete. Thank you, Pete. Help me out here. Yeah,
Yes.
we got private bin, which is essentially paste bin but better because it's encrypted. You can put passwords on them on your private bin messages. The server can't see what the messages are.
Mhm.
And the post auto delete after a set
It,
period of time.
which is a 2 weeks max. You can set it
At
for
least,
whatever what you want, but I set it as a 2 weeks max.
yeah. And there's
Ah.
different instances, but our instance is 2 weeks max. Some of them you can do forever technically.
Yeah, but I didn't want forever. I
Yeah.
didn't want forever.
Whoa.
Agreed.
What was that?
Sorry, it's my phone.
Yeah, that was a little loud.
I'll mute it. There.
Okay.
Much better.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
that was abusive.
yes.
Sorry.
Well, you could use it to the scammers, you know?
Yes. I should make a remix.
Oh, Mary's saying that I'm frozen.
Um,
Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not frozen on my end anyway.
Okay. Okay. Well, she said she was having some internet issues, unfortunately, which is sad. Because
It
that way I
happens.
was okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. But scammer stoppers, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know, because since you said you started recently, I think that is awesome. Let us know what kind of which ones you do. And plus, we have some really good people in here that can answer also the questions as well. And so, anyways, so yes, you've got some really good projects going on, and then
Yeah. I always got a lot of different projects going on, and I can't seem to get them stopping. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just always busy.
well, definitely. That's why I love seeing when, of course, you have the YouTube channel, which definitely you're providing all the calls that we do. And I love that Scamflix takes care of the the videos for us. So that's awesome. So we always need to thank him and appreciate what he does. And then, of course, we appreciate all the moderators, the call mods, and everyone that's a part of SDS and other servers as well, and seeing what they're doing. But also, have you had a chance to watch any other scam baiters here lately, or is it mostly just been kind of focusing on? I know you have some
No,
personal
no,
stuff going
no.
on.
Actually, surprisingly enough, I have watched a couple of different
Oh, cool.
scam baiters. Yeah.
Which ones do you want to promote them
Um.
tonight?
Okay. Real life fiasco. She's doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she
Um.
is.
And then there's man, I'm very tired and caught off guard. There's like two others, and I cannot think of them. I just can't think of the names that I've
No,
been
it's
recently.
okay. Hey,
I've been
Opie.
watching regularly recently. Yeah, I've been watching a few of them recently. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the fiasco. I loved how she was doing her educational part, especially like with the octopus. So I think that's cool that she does different things other than scam baiting too. And I think that's also the important thing that we need to remind ourselves is that when we do scam bait, we need to also take time to um, take care of our mental health, because it is taxing on all the calls and all the stuff that you do behind the scenes and everything else. And so that's why I like how in SDS they like to watch movies or TV shows late at night. So I am kind of taking away Nope's time for watching Star Trek. So I do apologize, but I appreciate you joining us.
It's all
And
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that doesn't matter. So
No.
But I have enjoyed being watching it with you, which is really cool. And that's always a lot of fun. And so, um, but anyways, um, yeah, I watched today's Scammer Sniper, and I've seen him
yeah,
before.
that's one of them. That's one of them.
Yeah,
That's one
he's
of the two I was talking about. Yeah.
he's really good. I like his energy. I like his uh, technical skills. Um, and he just I love how
Uh,
he's like jumping and getting some music going and doing a call at the same time and then tracking someone's IP and and doing other stuff that we're not going to talk about because there are other
yep.
tools that
Yep.
someone can use to help with ending scammers and all that kind of stuff. So
No, quick shout out to Sal too. He did a good stream today.
mm, yes, y'all did that today, and yeah, I like this. Yeah, he is definitely a solid human. I love that. I love that. So, anyways, oh, yeah, knick-knack. Yeah, Nope is just tired. He's been doing lots of stuff the last few days. He's spent like all day working with staff and getting things, more projects done. And
If you
we
want,
spent like what 12 hours that day doing that. I mean, it was crazy,
yeah,
but it was awesome.
if you want me to do a quick shout out to some projects I know my friends are working on,
Yeah, definitely.
spam bait mail. It's pretty dope. It's part of the fear toxin scanner family. It's honestly a really cool project, and if you haven't checked it out yet, you probably should because it's really cool. Really cool
Hmm.
design. Really cool. Yeah. So yeah, check out spam bait mail and check out the fear toxin scanner server.
Yes.
Um, the more reporting of pop ups we get, the better. You know.
Hmm. And also scammer.info. And hey, KDA, we hope that you're feeling better.
You
She would
know,
have joined us tonight, but she is under the weather. So we hope that you feel much better very, very, very soon.
yeah, well, I mean, of course, scammer.info, but I'm pretty sure everybody's tired of me talking about scammer info and Team SDS. So
Well, I mean, we just want to make sure that everyone is utilizing everything that we have, to team up and work together. And hey, scammer bait stealy. And
Right.
I mean, because like Nick Nack, I know he's working on, helping so many other people. And plus, I saw you in Scammer Sniper earlier today, which is really cool. And because I was on the YouTube side and he had it to where you could see what people were saying on Twitch, which is really cool. And so please go check him out. And he's also on Twitch and YouTube. So,
yeah, I just actually recently saw the sniper guy. He's pretty cool,
mhm.
pretty good stuff, pretty good
Yeah,
content, pretty good YouTube content at least. That's for sure.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And but um oh, thanks for posting in there. So Peter, I know you've been kind of working on some projects. Is there any that you can kind of share, or is it some of it's still too private?
I mean, I've been a bit more busy IRL lately.
Mm-hmm.
There was, let's see, I was trying to do better at tracking information that I find when doing calls because I wasn't doing as good of a job as they could have.
Mhm.
Just trying to be more organized and making sure that info would eventually get reported.
No, that's good. That's
So
good.
that's one of the things. Yeah.
Yeah, because we know that you're definitely doing lots of different things in real life. And whiskey, yes, definitely saved lives for us. I think we can all use a drink
Right.
because we know whiskey's definitely staying busy. And because we know lots of things are going on, especially it was really sad that what's going on in Turkey, with the earthquake. So
Well,
that was really sad.
it's just that like a lot of the stuff that I've been doing lately has been working on different projects of different developments and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
that kinds of shit can be boring to talk about, and I don't want to
Yeah.
like I don't want to like talk about the development process. Nobody wants to hear that.
No. But if you do want to see it, just watch Mark and he'll share a
Yeah.
screen and it's really cool. I can't do programming and I'm glad that he does. And yes, there's definitely a lot of people who can do their thing. And
Yeah,
but
yeah.
again, but again, I can't wait until we get the YouTube because nope, your calls today were awesome.
Thank you.
They were great. And I love Tony's character. And do you want to kind of share a little bit about Tony?
Yeah, well, see, Tony, he's this guy from down the block on 7th Street. You know what I mean? Like Tony, that's where I live. It's Tony
Hmm.
Pizzicata's house. You know, it
Hmm.
says right there in the front door, the Pizzicata. It's where I live.
The picadas. Now,
Well,
how did you come up with the picada?
it's Pizzicata. Get it right, you goon.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't say it right. But anyway, at least go get your slice. But how did
Yes.
you kind of come up with that name? Is it just
It was some guy I knew in real life, actually, and I haven't talked to him in many years,
mm,
many years, and then I kind of like took his character, which is a character that sounded just like that, and this guy was like that. He was an asshole, and he knew he was an
mm,
asshole, and
uh-huh.
he was cool with it. He just didn't care.
Oh wow.
He just did not care that he was an asshole. He was aware of it, and if you mentioned it, he would think you were stupid because we've already come across that. We know this.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. My father's an asshole. His father was an asshole. It's kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, I love that. I love that character. And now we have Jim Stopper Z, and we're going to have him join us. So, hey, Stopper Z, welcome.
Okay, let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks for
Okay.
joining us.
Yeah, thank you. So the big question is, are you hearing a male voice or a female voice?
What's the question again?
Well, so are you hearing a male voice?
Or are you now hearing a female voice?
A little bit of a female, but I think
Okay.
one that's kind of she-male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I
So
like
I'm
it. But I like it though. I like it.
well, so it actually should be a better one. I could try to pull up my Celeste, see if Celeste will be a better one. Hi, I'm Celeste. I'm Jim. I started.
So I'm
Well, hi, Jim.
history about yeah.
Nice
Uh,
to meet you.
yeah, thank you, and it's a pleasure to meet you. So I actually started really looking into scam baiting around May of last year, when yet another person with whom I was acquainted or friends had gotten scammed. Um, and uh, my first experience with scammers was a guy with whom I worked back in 2014.
Mm.
He was from India, here in the U.S., and he calls me in a panic. We worked on the same team. He said, "Jim, I need you to cover for me. I've got to go." Yeah, sure. You sound pretty stressed. What's going on? I'm going to be arrested. Whoa, what? What's
Oh.
going on? What is this? Well, I owe the money. I owe a bunch of money to the IRS, and they're going to have me arrested if I don't pay them money. And he is running to his car. I hear him start the engine, throw it into gear, start screaming out onto the highway. And I'm going to call him Ben, but that's not his real name. Anyway, I keep trying to convince him, Ben, it's a scam. It's a scam. No, they know everything about me, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I said, and so I said, okay, you won't believe me. Okay, I don't take offense. I've got, my skin is thicker than, it's 6 feet thick. So you don't offend me easily. Anyway, I said, okay, here's the thing. If you won't believe me, then is there a police station nearby? He said, yeah, the next exit. I said, you take that exit, you go talk to them. You won't believe me? Talk to them. Well, thankfully, he did. And and he was prevented from losing everything he had.
Good.
And so, yeah, that was a great joy. My dad, who had died several years prior to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, the guy was 91 when he died. He lived a long time.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a great guy. Unfortunately, he never got to meet any of his. Well, he never got to meet his first great grandchild. Unfortunately, that was unfortunate. But anyway, so my dad had gotten scammed out of somebody wanting to. I can't remember now. It's been like 15 years.
Oh,
But
no.
he got scammed, but we were able to stop it and all that stuff.
That's good.
But yeah, so what I do in real life, I'm actually an IT guy. I do high-end technology stuff, and I love it, and I'm so that's my main job that takes most of my time. I also have a couple part-time jobs where one of them is actually working to record YouTube videos for some people, and we get them up on their channel and all that stuff. And that takes a lot of my time as well.
Oh, wow.
And then and I'm heavily involved in my church, all this stuff. Anyway, so I do this when I can. Basically, if I've got a slow morning or afternoon, I can try to jump in and do a little bit. But one of the things I'm doing right now, so I've got several Nigerian scammers on the hook. One guy I've had on the hook since August. And
oh, wow. That's a long time.
Yes. And well, I won't tell you the details of the character, but his name is I'm going to use Peter's name. His name is Peter J. McFunk, and he's a very high-powered person, but he's now retired and very much a Type A personality. By golly,
definitely.
So these guys have been trying to suck money out of me via Zelle.
Yes.
Yeah, and a shameless plug for Sinister Spatula's responder
Oh my
online. I use
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
I use it and I love it.
And
Yeah,
that's
lots.
what him and Nope have teamed up together.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's great.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And so again,
we're
go ahead, Nope. I'm sorry.
Team SDS is in the process of rebuilding Responder, although the original is still working and well, and that's still Sinister Spatula. We are working on the second version of it because Sinister Spatula, he's a great guy. He's gotten busy. And he wanted somebody to take to maintain the project. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yep, and I love it. I have a lot of fun. I also uh, was able to download, install, and configure DSJAS Bank. Is anybody here familiar with DSJAS Bank?
Not off the
No.
no.
Trying to remember it's out of GitHub. It's all free. You download the package, you install it in a VM, and then you configure it to be whatever you want, and it makes a load of fun. So I use that. My bank there is Nevada City Federal Credit Union. And I wonder if I can somehow share that screen in order to be able to let you see. Oh no, I've shut those VMs down. So I'd have to do it some other time. But it's it's a load of fun.
Yeah.
Makes lots of fun, and it messes with them. One of the greatest things about that particular bank is you can enable certain features, such as very annoying pop-up ads.
Yes.
And it'll pop up and block your screen from any input. It will time out if provided you you enable these features in the control panel. And just it really drives them nuts. One of the Scambaits I'm working on right now, it's on only via email, and I had to actually engage the U.S. Secret Service on this because the scammers have sent my female character, a widow, actual images in a PDF of checks that are drawn on a small town agency's bank account in a small town in the Midwest. And that bank is a very small town bank as well. And so if I hang on, I got a cough, excuse me.
No, I understand.
Sorry. So if I actually was to print out these checks and mail them with the FedEx labels that they also gave me, I'm committing a federal offense. And I used to be in law enforcement, and
okay.
I have never, ever, ever, except when I was in the academy all those many years ago, decades and decades, I think. Well, yeah, pretty certain before you were born, Amanda.
I'm older. I'm up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What decade were you born in?
The 70s.
Okay. So I got into law enforcement in late '77.
Oh, okay.
And I stayed in law enforcement for 6 years, and my wife begged me to get out of the job. So, and then later on, she divorced me. Anyway, but so I, except when I was in the academy, 45 years ago, um, I've never been put in handcuffs, and I don't ever want to be. So yeah, that's one of my scam baits. So my my video and audio quality is slowly but surely improving. My biggest thing is I have um, created several virtual machines. I've maxed out my my machine with all the RAM I can get in it. I've got all super high speed storage, all this. So using VirtualBox is a lot of fun. So I am working with someone in Southern Europe, a scam baiter, who is helping me to improve my ability to be able to monitor what some of the scammers are doing. Getting in, actually watching their their webcams, listening to their audio, that kind of stuff. So that's I'm working on improving that. We had some family.
You've done a lot.
Yeah.
You've done a lot.
Well,
I mean, I applaud you for everything that you've done.
Well, I tell you, if you take a look at any of my,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. If you play any of the videos on any of the newer videos on my YouTube channel, you'll find that I have a lot of fun. And yeah, I am an older guy, you see, and I'm about to retire, and yeah, you get to mess with these guys. In one case, I wasted 2 hours of two different scammers' time in the same call center.
Oh, wow.
I only recorded 93 minutes of it, but I got this girl, and I can't think of her name. I'll call her Shirley. She was pretty new, and I totally messed her up on on following her script, and that was a lot of fun. That
Oh, we lost him. So the device is not connected. Hopefully, oh, here we go. Yep. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thanks. I tried to start my my camera and it wouldn't let me. Anyway, so she had to pass me off to her senior, and what I was doing to mess her up is I was taking everything she said very literally. So if she said, for Ultra Viewer, if she said the L twice, I put in the L twice, and those kind of things. And she had to send me to her her senior, and he got some stuff, but I just messed with them so that during those two, and he did end up sending me back to her later on, but yeah, I was able to mess with them enough time that it prevented them from harming anybody, and that's why everybody that does it does the scam baiting. That's why everybody does this. It's it just ticks me off no end, as I'm sure everybody else here. when let me share some figures with you.
Oh,
And
sure.
these figures were released in October from the U.S. Department of Justice, and I'm going off of memory. I
Okay.
don't have it up at the moment. In 2021 alone, there were 483,000 people of all age groups from under 20 to over 60 who were scammed out of 5.6 billion with a B.
Wow.
$billion. 483,000
Wow.
people.
That's kind of like with the smishing type of identity theft. It said in 2021, 87.8 billion smishing attacks resulted in 10 billion in consumer losses. So yes, I mean, these scammers are, just trying to get anybody. I mean, from, like you said, the young, and then especially the elderly. And then that's why I've always, advocated for someone that is elderly to make sure they have, a family member to oversee their financial, and a rep payee, or just someone who has like power of attorney. And, it could be all different kinds of power of attorney. It doesn't have to be over the whole person, but at least oversee their financial, because, and then, or going and making sure they're checked on. And because we know that some nursing homes have gone and talked about these scams, but there's still, we've still got to get more involvement and talk, and helping our communities, because like you said, that is a lot of money that is taken out of America, because they think that America's rich, is what some people think. And
there are more numbers. Just age 60 and over. Now, these figures I've given are only those numbers where people have admitted to being scammed. You guys have shared on previous streams that there are a huge number of people that are just too embarrassed to admit it. So back into 2021 again, the victims by age group, there were 92,371 people age 60 and over who were scammed out of $1.685 billion.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 74% increase from 2020. The average loss per victim, hold on to your hats, $18,246 on average. And there were 3,133 people over age 60 who lost over $100,000 each.
Oh, yeah, because especially the romance scams, they keep bulking and asking, and I mean, it's really sad. We talked previously about just basically, I think what one person lost $170,000 alone on the romance scam. And it's very, very sad. And Joan, I can whisper you, or you can email us. Let me give you our email in regards to victim advocates.
Do you guys talk about Cagney and Lacey?
Well,
victim advocates.
Well, we don't want to. They are great. They're absolutely great, but we don't really want to talk about exactly everything they do on stream.
Right.
But they
are aware.
Yes.
Good.
and they are wonderful. And we applaud them for everything they're doing and continue to do. And there are so many other people they're doing the same thing. And but on stream we just need to not talk about it, but we can certainly email. So let me type our email address.
Amanda,
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Yes.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, thank you, Note, for
I-
being here tonight. I
No
appreciate
problem. I'll talk to y'all later.
it. Okay. Have a good
Good
night.
night. Nope. Thanks for everything, man.
Okay. Sorry, it's taking me a while to type this. Okay. But again, that's what I love about the scam baiting community, is that there's so many different entities. And you could be from a fan to someone who is a streamer, just like Pierogi and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so many other people. But again, we do have advocates. We also have people who do help in the backgrounds. We have people who call. So there's some people who are just like Jim, to where we may not stream it, but luckily enough, Team SDS does stream their stuff on their YouTube channel. And Jim, I think you had messaged me on Twitter, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
And I did look at your YouTube channel, and it was great. So again, but yes, it's just we just know that there are so many people out there trying to help ensure that there are no more victims. Unfortunately, there's still so many out there that don't know, or they don't have a family member to help them, or I mean, just like how I end up getting a student loan. That's who got me. And I wasn't in the amount of like so many other people, but still and even just like Jim Browning, he happened to get hit, and he is one of the great baiters as well. But again, just know that, Joan, there's so many people trying to help out there, and some of them are trained and some of them do it because their background. Like, I have been an advocate for my field for over 20 years. And so that's where my advocacy comes from. And, other people are in the same way. So hopefully that does kind of answer some of your questions. But if not, you can certainly email me and we can talk a little bit more, Joan. But Jim, go ahead and continue. Peter, I appreciate you staying with us as well. And everyone who is on here, thank you so much again for being with us tonight. And so, Jim, if you want to, and plus I'm glad that you're able to meet Peter. Peter's a great guy. He does a lot of calls in the background as well. And so he likes to kind of stay quiet.
Well, so I was going to say, actually, since Peter is up there, why don't I shut my trap for a few minutes and let other people talk? I know that's rare. If my family heard me say that, they say, "Who are you and what have you done with Jim?"
Yeah, we FYI, it is morally wrong to stream victims and illegal. I would not stream victims at all. No, we don't.
Right.
We don't do that. We do everything in the background for that part.
Yeah. What I do is, since I portray the victim, with either my old guy or my old woman, those I just do when I'm interacting with the scammer. I have no desire to let anybody know about any victim, which I changed that one buddy of mine's name from his real name to Ben.
Mhm.
And there are a lot of other people I know. So, and by the way, I also when I'm able to, I do in-person seminars on don't let yourself get scammed. So,
That's
Oh,
cool.
that is
Yeah.
cool. That is cool.
um,
And do
yeah,
you
they're-
do it
they,
like at senior citizen centers or do you
um,
go to nursing
yeah,
homes?
the challenge is getting in the door to them, getting them to allow me to do the presentations. Um, the ones that I've been able to do are basically at small churches.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I know some people in Arizona, so I'll drive or fly to Arizona,
Mhm.
and I'll bring some of my equipment, and they'll advertise, and it's all free. But then we hold it, and if possible, I engage local law enforcement to get their financial crimes investigators to come in, and also give their uh, information on the
Mhm.
Scambaits. Anyway, I'm going to mute. I'm going to fill up my coffee or my water again, and I'm going to
Okay.
let Peter talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little awkward for me, but
No, it's okay.
yeah,
Just,
I,
I mean,
I
share anything.
yeah, I do enjoy doing calls and just experimenting with what I can get away with.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's one of the big things I enjoy.
Well, and the good thing is that we are doing it safely. We're doing it
Yes.
legally. We're doing it as morally as possible. Um, we don't,
Report the
yes,
info when we can. Yeah.
yes, and we definitely report everything that, like you said, and that it does get to the right people. And um,
I have been trying to track the I think it's Screen Connect that
mhm.
scammers have been using. They had a cracked version of it, and then they're self-hosting it. So I've been trying to track those and report them when I can.
That's good. And then
Yeah.
just yesterday they got on my on some of my calls. We were able to get some information, and then we were able to report that form on a couple of them.
Yeah.
And but yes, I think that's the good thing is that even though we may not always be on YouTube, um, I love the fact that we can try to do whatever we can, and we're doing it voluntarily. We're not getting paid for this, and so again, it does help. And Peter, I think what you're doing, and then also doing your real life stuff. I don't know how you time manage. I mean, you do it
It's
all.
hard sometimes.
I know that you do have a little bit of downtime, but it's just, I can
It's mixed,
imagine.
yeah.
Yes. But I appreciate what you're doing in the servers, what you're doing in, making sure that we're okay, making sure that, that,
Try to keep some things on the back end organized, and
yes, yes. And so again, it's just doing what you're doing. I just give you much applause because I know
Appreciate
that
it.
you're much younger than me, and I know you got a lot of energy. But I think what our admins and mods and everyone, it includes all members and what we're doing. And just like how I love that Ofi's now in and helping out. And I can't wait to hear some more of her calls. And because she's a great,
Agreed.
great, great gal. And, but, again, Peter, what do you think of how, what, I mean, I think what Jim's doing is very impressive. I mean,
Agreed.
and thank you for coming on tonight. This is great.
Well,
And
I'm honored.
And well, I just appreciate it when you were saying, so I was very appreciative of your Twitter, and then watching us. We appreciate that, and then being able to share your story. And Vision has a question for you, actually, for both of you. What inspired you to get into scam baiting?
Peter, you go.
For me, like in general, I like helping people, and I've just found it's kind of like a form of art in a way. Trying to figure out how to best, how do I put it? How to best protect victims from being scammed one way or another. I guess that's how I'd put it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's sweet. I mean, I think what you're doing is just incredible. And, and how you started. So thank you for doing that. Jim, what about you?
As I shared earlier, but Illuvision may not have been on at that time. What really got me started is I back in 2014. A coworker of mine, and for those that have already heard this on the broadcast, apologies. A coworker of mine, I'm going to call him Ben. He is an immigrant from another country. He and I worked on the same team, and we both do information technology stuff. He calls me in a panic one day, and he says, "Jim, I need you to cover for me. I've got to go." And I said, "Sure, okay. What's going on?" He says, "I've got to go to the bank. I'm going to be arrested." I was like, "What?" He said, "Yes, I'm going to be arrested." "What are you talking about, Ben?" And he said the IRS had called him. Red flag number 1 here, by the way. The IRS called him, and if he did not pay them, I don't remember the amount. I think it was something like 10 grand. If he did not pay them this amount, then they were going to send the police, and he was going to be arrested. Well, everybody that's been around and is knowledgeable about stuff like this knows that the IRS, the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, your local police department,
Right.
Social Security Administration, they never call. The
Right.
IRS only sends letters unless there is. Oh, and same thing with the Secret Service. They won't call you unless there is an appointment already made. So he wouldn't believe me that it was a scam. He was on the highway, flying down the road to get to his bank, and I convinced him to go to the nearest police station and tell them the story. Well, thankfully he did that, and he was saved from that. I moved to a new city 8 years ago, and I know 10 people here who are my age, so I'm in well into my 60s.
No, you're still young. You're still young.
Yeah. Well, all depends on which voice I'm doing, whether I'm young or old.
Right.
No.
It's a great voice, by the way.
I'm sorry. What was that?
That's a great voice
Well,
that you're doing.
thank you. Working in Hollywood many years ago helped me. Uh,
Yes.
I actually did work in on a Hollywood film many
Oh my
years ago.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh, anyway, so both my wife and I worked on that film. Anyway, but
Cool.
so being able to prevent, to do what I can about uh, stopping. Oh, thank you, Illuvision. Elusive vision, excuse me.
Yeah, elusive vision. I always say it
Yeah.
wrong sometimes too.
Uh, well, I'm sure trying, but then I also, if I jump over here, I've got my voice modification software on. Let me see if I can bring up. Here we go. Let me make sure I can hear it.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, my
Yeah.
name's Sabrina. I'm kind of a blondie.
And I apologize to any blondes out there.
I'm a bit of a Twinkie. Hi.
So I've got voice modification software. I've done a lot of
Mhm.
other stuff, but it's all about stopping these dirt bags from harming more people.
Yes. And I'm glad
Elusive.
that and I'm glad that you did that, especially with your friend. And
Oh
then
yeah, Denny.
when you said, please go to the police department, and he
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
And so again, I think it's great that you saved him from thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine being in that spot, but I bet he was very grateful to you. And because I know when I get letters, it always says, "We will not call you." And
No. Yeah.
and because I used to work for the state, and they we would send out letters as well, and we would do visits and all that kind of stuff, but it was a little different, but we still had to follow federal guidelines as well.
Yes. And
And
that's and those visits,
mhm,
that you and others do. What we Peter and I and Kit Boga
mhm.
and Pleasant Green, who, by the way, Pleasant
Oh,
Green
Pleasant Green is,
he,
he's
he just
awesome.
hit he just hit 1 million subscribers a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
Yes,
Okay,
big.
that's cool.
that is
And
awesome.
and Pierogi from Scammer Payback.
Yes, he's
He and
already,
his buddies.
yes, I mean, he's
Um,
doing incredible work. Jim
yeah.
Browning,
Yes.
and but there's so many people, and I even love like Scammer Takeout. I mean, he has over 1,000, and he's
Oh,
doing a
nice.
great job, and he does PCH.
Oh,
And
nice.
then, but he's trying to do more of the technical stuff.
Hmm.
But yes, there are so many out there, and I love Pleasant Green's videos. He does a
Yeah.
great job with the editing, and so I enjoy watching his. And there's so many that we could certainly talk about. And that's the thing, is I want to promote. I definitely want to make sure we're all watching them as best as we possibly can. But sometimes, like Fun Guy will be on, and he does a great job. But then there's another person. So there are times where I'll have like 2 tabs on, and also Dex Effects. If you have not heard of him, he's really
No,
good,
no.
and he's
Okay.
really growing. Um, oh, Nikki the Greek, hello. And again, it's great. And see, now that she's never heard of him, so she'll go check him out. So great. That's awesome. So that's
I
why I
am.
think it's
I'm throwing my YouTube. It's all, everything is Scammer Stoppers. So Scammer Stoppers at Gmail uh, is the email address. You are absolutely welcome to forward scam emails you've received, or even details over to
mhm.
me. Um, uh, uh, And yeah, I don't have much lately on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram,
Mhm.
only because I've been slammed with work and we had family health emergencies. So
Oh, I'm
uh,
sorry.
yeah, those things happen,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
recovery. Um, but so
Yeah.
hopefully,
So
in
this
the
is the
next.
email, right?
Oh,
Scammerstoppers@gmail.com.
yes,
Okay.
and so everything is scammer stoppers. I threw it into the chat. So
Yes, thank you.
scammerstoppers@gmail.com. The channels are all at scammer stoppers. So
Okay.
uh, anyway, sorry about that lengthy shameless plug.
No, no, that's what we're here for. Scambait Beyond
Well,
is pretty much, we want to be a hub to where we can share, we can promote, we can help
yeah,
educate, and and have other people on who are scam baiters. And just like the other day, we had Fun Guy on, and then our next one Sunday, we're gonna have Dane Bleeballs. He's going to be on Sunday at 1. And so again, Jim, you're welcome to do shameless plugs anytime, or if you want to
thank
talk
you.
about other baiters. So again, like Opie said, do not apologize. That's what we're here
Well,
for.
well,
So
thank you.
yeah.
So then, yeah,
Oh, thank you.
I will throw I will throw the big shameless plug. Please subscribe and play my videos. I only have currently like 66 subscribers.
Oh
Once you
wow.
hit once you hit
Hmm.
1,000 subscribers, now and 4,000
4,000 watch
hours,
hours. Yeah.
yeah, then you're eligible to start making money. And uh, I'm getting up there in age, and it's
Yeah.
time to collect Social Security. You see, and
Yeah,
uh,
we definitely want to help you there. So
well, thanks.
everyone, please go to him, and that way, I think I've already subscribed to you. If not, I've got 2 channels, so I'll make sure
Nice.
that the Scambait Beyond and then my other one. So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
but it really is all about. And one of my first videos, I probably need to do an updated one, is really about purely. It's purely educational. These are some of the scams. These things. These are the red flags. These are in the event that somebody says, "Oh, thank you, Ophi."
Yay! Thank you,
Uh,
Opie.
uh, if somebody says, "Well, are you at your computer?" Okay, that's a red flag.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They want you to download any desk, Team Viewer,
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Viewer, any of these others. That's a huge red flag. And this is stuff everybody needs to make sure that all of their senior family members, most
Mm-hmm.
especially seniors, are aware, because so many people don't uh, they they just
Mm-hmm.
don't understand that these scams exist. And
Right. They're thinking they're
um,
getting help, especially from the
yes,
Microsoft.
oh yes,
Yes.
and actually that also causes me to say, uh, um, if anybody ever contacts anybody that is subscribed to my channel, or whatever, they contact you and they say, "Yeah, it's Jim from Scammer Stoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help send us money?" It's bogus. I don't want anybody to send me money. Okay, maybe later on when I'm at the point where, uh, uh, you can join my channel like you can with so many of the others and support, but
Mm-hmm.
don't send me money. I'm tremendously blessed. Uh, I make a nice living, and the bills are all paid. Um, but and the other thing is gift cards, sending money
Yes.
via Zelle, Venmo, Cash App. there are a few that still want you to try to send
Yes.
Western Union, but those are rare.
And the
I
vanilla gift cards, yes.
Yes,
Those are
yeah,
definitely with the PCH.
yep.
And you're exactly right. And or they'll say, actually Hatch, who's on right now, and he does Twitter baiting. And so I met him and Whiskey together. And hey, the Terry. And they do non-delivery type scams. And then, but Hatch, he does the Twitter baiting, and they'll ask for a fee. They'll say, "I'll send you $5,000 right now, but you have to pay me 50 or
Oh
25."
yeah,
And
yeah.
then that's way. Then once they do that, then we can report them right away. And so it's amazing what people will try to do. And Twitter's been hit a lot, and so is Instagram. And so you're exactly right. Go ahead and continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you, but
No, no, that's great. And actually, Hatch, drop me an email. I'd love to learn more about what you're talking about, Twitter baiting. Now, I will
it's
say,
yeah. Oh, definitely talk to him. Definitely talk to him. He's
yeah,
a great guy.
I'd love to. And one of the other things I'm trying to do is get enough different random caller ID numbers, or be able to have a service where when oh yeah, always
Mhm.
ask them for a callback number.
Yes.
Uh, but when um, what I'm trying to find is a service that will randomize my caller ID when I'm calling for the Scambaits. That way they
Mhm.
cannot block my number and I
Right.
can keep hitting them over and over. Um, there are a couple organizations I have reached out to, and I thought I was going to get through with one, and uh, and they're not responding, unfortunately. But so I
Oh.
use text. Yeah, I use text now primarily. I'll use Google Voice
Mhm.
on some stuff, um, uh, and uh, and I actually have a burner phone that I can switch phone numbers, pretty easily. Uh, and so, but yeah, making sure that people know. Oh, and
Mhm.
by the way,
Oh, here's a question for you, Jim, too. I'd like to send you a one-page scam alert bulletin I hand out to senior
oh,
citizens.
please do. Yeah, please do, Danny. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
That
just
would be
email
great.
it to me. Yeah. I'm always looking for more good stuff.
Yes. And actually, if you can even email that to us, that would be great too.
Yeah.
Um, that way I can share that with um, with some senior citizens here. And um, so again, I'm so thankful that you're on tonight. Oh my gosh. I mean, you're just been a full of information and
Oh, so
what
you're
you're
saying
doing.
I'm
I
full of
mean,
it?
no.
You can't see me laughing here because my camera won't work.
Yeah. Now, some people are full of it, but you're full of good information. So this is good.
Well, I try. It's I mean, in my many years of life, I've worked with 6 different federal agencies. I was a, a street patrolman, a street police officer for. uh, but the the key is actually email does not matter case sensitivity. You can capitalize every other letter and it'll be the same. Um, and that's actually part of oh, I forgot what the RFC is, the standard for email.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, making sure that um,
See, he's still young. Terry, you're still young. 63 is still young, I think.
Oh,
But it's
geez,
true. But it's
63.
true. I mean, it is stunning to see how many different types of scams out there.
Oh,
And the longest
more and
one
more.
is the 419s. That's the longest one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's where 419 Eater comes in handy. Unfortunately, I'm just so busy. So I am in the western half of the U.S. and or the western third of the U.S. I should say, and so the scammers. So India has one single time zone, India Standard Time. So right now in India, it is let's see, it's 7:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means it is 9:28 or 9:18 a.m. India Standard Time. They are precisely 11 and a half hours ahead of Pacific time. Although, when most of the US goes to daylight savings time, India does not, so they stay on that one time zone. So, so anyway, I work all day, and so many times it's okay. I can't get through because I don't quit work until 4:30, 5 o'clock. So, but there are times when okay, it's a real slow day, and I can fire up the stuff and have loads of fun.
Yes. Yes.
So,
and I think that's great. But so yeah, so there should be much less confused than us Americans are. Yeah.
Well, so you want to know what confuses a whole lot of people? Very dear friends of mine I've known for 40 some odd years. They live in the Phoenix area, Phoenix, Arizona. And Phoenix has its own time zone.
Right. They never change.
Right. It is Mountain Standard Time all the time. So when the rest of the country goes to daylight savings time, Pacific time jumps forward to be the same as Phoenix. So my buddies in in the Phoenix area, sometimes those who have not lived here or there most of their life get really confused, and they don't educate people. Hey, it's just Mountain Standard Time. We never change. But one of my buddies, actually, a guy I've known pretty much all of my life, he's the one that educated me as far as it's Mountain Standard Time. We never change, and so. But so back to those red alerts. Nobody's ever gonna.
Hello, here comes.
Yeah. So, some people will say all of Arizona does not follow daylight savings time. That's incorrect. The Navajo Indian Nation, which covers portions of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah, I think it is. The Navajo Nation does follow daylight savings time.
Right. So it just as long as you're following, and then I always look up the time on the web and be like, what time is it? So that way it's just easier for me to know, like for India, because I'm in Central Standard Time. And
Oh, okay.
hey, Mac. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us.
So yeah, I used to live in the Central Time Zone, so
Okay.
I understand. But I deal with all of the continental U.S. Well, I should say the contiguous 48 states time zones. I don't really work in Alaska time, and I don't work in Hawaii time. Those
Okay.
time zones. But I work with people on all across North America and South America, as well as India, as far as my regular job. And then I've got a guy in Southern Europe who's helping me on the scam baiting stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, makes
So
it
you
a
do
lot
a
of
lot.
fun.
Yeah, you do a lot.
Well, I try. It because
I mean,
it's
you're
fun.
just like, right. I mean, it just like with Peter and I were talking about and Nope, how it is fun to do these calls because then we know that it's preventing other people from getting scammed.
Yeah.
And then we can
So
play characters that are either kind of like us. Like I'll play a character that is kind of like me. That way I kind of share a little bit, but not too much. But again, it's if I can try to get as much information, it's just the only part is I'm not as tech savvy as like Scambait or Sniper or Pierogi, where he has a team and they can find out exactly where these people are calling from. But again, we're still doing as best we can. And so I think for what you're doing and then like what Peter's doing, and everybody in here in chat, they're doing a part. We're all playing a part in this. And I think that's the most important thing is that, I'm not here for competition. I want it to be to where we're all family, where we're going to treat each other with respect and dignity, loyalty and honesty, and just try to have a good time. But at the same time, doing something that we feel is most important, which is try to end scammers. I don't know if that's going to happen next 5 years, but I think it's because we know that the police is behind. From another gentleman, he said that the police department is like 2 years behind of what we are in our scams. And so trying to get them and so yeah, it's just, trying to do our best either when we do get a call on our own personal cell, which if they call me, I ask for a callback number as well, because I'll play my sister. I'll be like, I'm sorry, she's away from the phone. Can I get a callback number? And but again, it's just everyone does it differently. And I think that's what's important is just being able to get as much as we can. And good. Danny sent you that email. And
thank you.
So yeah, it's just like he's been crap calls for 10 years. I've played for a long time with him. It is fun to improv. I do agree, Terry. It is. It is lots of fun. Oh, and Ophi, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you.
Oh.
And we look forward to seeing you in different servers, and you sleep well. Sweet dreams. Thanks so much.
Okay, let me see if I can start my camera again. See if this will accept it.
Oh. I guess it doesn't want to. Bless his heart. Yeah, basically, like Danny said, the local police department basically told me not to bother them. They couldn't help. Oh, that's sad. Again, that's, we're trying to do our best. Oh, there's Jim. Yeah,
There we
the
go.
camera is just not one to work for you tonight, huh?
Yeah, well, I think it's so I use OBS for my streaming stuff, and because I'm connected through uh, 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 the browser
You're
into
right.
this, it's saying there's a conflict. So maybe I can figure
Yeah.
that out someday. And
Well, we're just anytime you want to join, just we always do this on Tuesdays and Sundays. And if
Okay.
we do any more, then I'll let you know. But you're more than welcome to DM me and say, like, where's the link? And I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is fun stuff, because I always welcome. Oh yeah, it's it,
mhm.
I agree. Uh, uh, the different characters make it a lot more fun. Um, but I
Well, it keeps the scammers on their toes too, because they're not sure if
Mhm.
it's a baiter or a victim, and then they're hanging up on actual victims potentially.
yes,
Oh, no,
yeah,
this is cool. I've seen some videos where a guy stopped a lady from going to the bank,
oh
and
yeah,
because he was stopping her, and
Yeah.
then he listened to the phone call, and he picked it up, and he knew exactly right away it was a scammer, and he talked to them and got rid of them. So you're exactly right. And Mac,
yeah.
I totally agree. I think that's awesome. I think that is awesome. So, but anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jim.
No, that's
Or
great.
Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, Peter.
So Peter, were you gonna say something?
Oh, I was just saying that I like that with so many people baiting the scammers, it keeps the scammers on their toes because they're not sure if it's a victim or a baiter.
Right.
Yes.
Especially, as more people are calling that same call center, they get a bigger variety of voices that are
Mhm.
more realistic.
Well, and here's an idea. If we had a highly restricted Discord channel where we can, and you have to be vetted in order to be permitted in. But if we had a highly restricted Discord channel where we can share the ideas. Hey, I'm running this bait. I'm doing this. I'm using this product to do X, Y, Z. That
Mhm.
sort of stuff.
Mhm.
That might be something to consider. I just throw that out as a thought, but you guys think you give thought to it, for at least 1 nanosecond, and then either say, yeah, that's cool, or it's not feasible or appropriate or whatever. But I
Mhm.
always want to learn more, and I'm actually a professional educator, so I on the side. So when I can share my little bit of knowledge, but learn a whole lot more from somebody else.
Definitely.
Um,
And that's what I like about Discord and um, other servers. And oh, someone's clock is going off.
yeah, I didn't get this thing on vibrate.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but no, it's okay.
Yeah.
I lost my thought because okay.
Yeah,
Again,
we've been talking.
but again, it's just it is nice to share with other people, um, gather information, talk about what worked, what didn't work,
Yeah,
and so. But I think it's great that you're uh, learning and that you're also teaching. So, um, please don't hesitate to just come on and say, "Hey, I'm going to teach you something today," and you can do a presentation.
yeah.
I can share the file, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Um, anytime you want to be on here, or if you just want to do it on your YouTube channel, and we'll promote it, and whatever you want to do. Just
Okay.
know that I'm just so thankful that we had the opportunity to have this time to talk and get a chance to know your history, where your background, and your resume is huge.
Yeah.
And but I think
Kinda.
it's yeah, I totally agree, Nikki. I want the scam baiting community
Yes.
to all work together instead of just like causing any drama, because we don't need it. We don't need it.
Mm-mm.
And I think
Because
it's
we're
great.
all. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was about to say we're just all on the same mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's it.
we don't have, I think we all have to respect each other, but if characters collide, then that's okay. You move on. But so I totally agree with Scammer Payback and good old
Yeah.
Pierogi.
Yeah.
And
He cracks me up.
he does. He
In,
does.
in fact, I am a paying member of his channel
Good.
because I uh, uh, in some of my tweets and stuff I have. Yes, you're right, Terry. Uh,
Mhm.
uh, um, in some of my tweets and stuff, as well as uh, I have had a few that wanted to connect to my phone, but
Mhm.
I say it's a flip phone, or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't
It's
do
not a
that.
smartphone, right?
Right now, I do. Uh, I will
Good
say that
question.
one of my so that the scammer, um, two different scammers have now started calling me or calling my character,
Mhm.
and so I'm putting them off. One of my characters, one where I've had to engage U.S. Secret Service on this scam, uh, um, they,
Yeah, I like that over
they,
smartphone.
yeah, they, they had been working all via email. They've now started calling my character, and I'm going to call the character Dee Dee just because I need to keep her confidential right now. But Dee Dee is
Mhm.
elderly and has, uh, oh, she just lost her husband last year, and she her husband spent 143 days in the hospital last year, and she spent 80 days in the hospital, and it has wiped out all of their savings. And
Mhm.
so, oh, I sure need this money. And so, unfortunately, Dee Dee uh, had to go into the hospital for a mitral valve replacement. I get deep into some details as
Mhm.
far as what is going to happen, because I love talking about medicine.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Okay.
well, with medical people,
Yes.
because a good pal of mine is a trauma surgeon. And in fact, he was just uh, uh, at a major hospital last week uh, uh, for his father in law's surgery. And he was not doing the surgery because that could be almost a conflict of interest, but he was part of that medical care team. And his name's also Jim, interestingly
Oh,
enough.
wow.
But he and I we get to talking, and he's a riot. I mean, the stuff that we talked about a few weeks ago, he
Mhm.
was telling me about some of these procedures he's had to do, and a mitral valve uh, uh, replacement can be
Oh,
done
wow.
either laparoscopically In
Mhm.
many cases, they can do it laparoscopically now, which is, kind of a mind blow. But in other cases, and if it's a if it's laparoscopic, you're usually only in the IC for 48 hours at the most. Then you're back on the general floor. In a couple of days, you're going home. In this case, when it's a more severe case, they have to do a full open heart surgery. And so that is what Dolores had. So she is still in the cardiac intensive care unit. So
Mm.
she can't talk with the scammer. So
That's really good that you have a good connection to where
it's
you have
fun.
learned. Yes,
Oh
because
yeah.
that way, you can use that to your advantage.
Well,
And
I've also been under the knife far too many times in my life.
oh,
I'm a busted up old veteran. So busted up old Army veteran, and stuff goes wrong. When you've been bouncing around in military vehicles in the jungle, or wherever you were, because your military vehicles,
mhm.
the Hummers that they have, um, the older 2.5 ton trucks, the 5 ton trucks, all those things, they are not built for comfort. You
Right.
get springs that may help. So,
Mhm.
a very dear friend of mine, his father-in-law is a 2 or 3 tour Vietnam veteran, and his back
Wow.
is totally radished. Yeah,
Mhm.
another guy. Actually, that guy's grandson is a chief warrant officer in the Army, and
Wow, I
uh,
salute them for their
yeah.
service and for your service.
Well,
And
thanks. It's
because we know that our veterans are not getting what they should,
uh,
and
yeah,
that's
there are a lot
another
of better.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean that's another topic that we can talk about for a long time. But again, I applaud you because we have some
Well,
family members that were in the military. I couldn't be because of my bad knees, but I
count your
totally respect.
blessings.
Well, I
Count-
totally respect. I mean, my cousin decided to go to the Marines because he's like, I need discipline. And man, did
okay.
they really teach him some discipline. And
God
he's
bless
been,
those
oh
jarheads.
man. And but again, but it helped you, and
Yeah.
then, so much respect. Totally, totally. So thank you
And and
for serving, protecting, and serving our country. So
well, and I'm sorry, did you say that was your cousin that went in the Corps?
cousin, and then I've had
Yeah.
my dad was in the Army, and then we have some
Um,
family members from my husband's side that are in the Army. And
Excellent. The
yeah,
Army, the real military.
yeah.
If you ever want to tick off a Marine, you tell them that they are a seagoing bellhop. Because most of the time, all you see them do is opening doors, unless it's in. Well,
Thank you,
I'm sure
Terry.
Terry.
Thank
Uh,
you, Terry. Thank you for serving.
Terry, I'm sure that you're okay, even though you're Navy.
Navy is all, I love the Navy uniform. Sorry. I love them.
Well, the jarheads, they have the Marines. They have the best uniforms of all.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but
And I don't like
and
the ones and I don't like the people who are portraying themselves.
oh yes,
That
stolen valor.
pisses, yeah, stolen valor. That pisses me off so
Yep,
much. And so
yep,
again, they're scamming,
yep,
and it just it's not right. It's not right. And that's why I like it when people get picked up
yep.
and
Yeah, because
noticed.
that is a crime.
And yes. And so
Uh,
again, if you're out there and you're doing stolen valor, you better just stop. Just stop doing it, because again, you're scamming our real people who served. So,
Yep. And that's why whenever whenever I go to a restaurant or any organization that offers a veterans discount, I will ask, do you offer a veterans discount? If they say
mhm,
yes, I immediately reach into my wallet, pardon me, and I pull out my veterans ID.
mhm,
It's issued by the Department of Veteran Affairs.
good.
It is a legal item. I can use it to get on an airplane. But um, uh, I've had staff at restaurants and stuff that say it's okay, I'll trust you. I said no, don't trust me.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, and,
No,
and
that's
yes, Terry,
yeah. That I
some
totally
crazy.
agree. Karma, or
Yeah,
crazy vet will get you. So,
yep.
yeah.
Whether that vet is the real military, Army,
Mhm,
or Navy, or oh, by the way,
right.
another way to really tick off a Marine, call him sailor.
Oh gosh,
Of
yeah.
course, make sure that there are no sailors around because that sailor will take umbrance.
Yeah, I
But
I don't want to piss anybody off, so I'll let someone
no,
else do it. And
oh,
so if you guys want to do that, you go right ahead. But
oh,
at least,
absolutely,
you know, our yeah, we'll just move on from
yeah.
there.
Okay, so
But
I should shut up because I see Nope is up.
um,
Or is
well,
oh wait, no, that's
no,
I'm sorry.
that's Peter.
That's sorry, I had paused the stream earlier on my other window. That's why. Okay, let me just get rid of that. Okay.
No, but the main thing is no, I you can talk as long as you want. I just know there's going to be an ad in 1 minute and 25 seconds. So again, sorry for the ads. And but also it is kind of getting close to 10, almost 10:15 here.
Yep.
And but I know we could just keep talking all night, but again, I would love to have you on more, and definitely share your knowledge, share anything that you got for next week. And
Okay.
so if you got something, um, just let's keep this going. And because I think it is important for us to educate and
Yes.
keep knowing what else is out there, because there could be something new. And what else can we do? What can we do to go further and go beyond what we're doing now?
Right.
And so, but yeah, just again, if there's anything else you want to add for tonight, otherwise I know we could keep going all night, but I think some of us are probably ready to go to bed.
Yep. So am I.
No, yeah, but hey,
My day starts early.
oh yeah. But again, Peter, thank you so much for being on tonight. Is there
Yeah.
anything that you wish to share before we end?
I don't think so. I'm just glad to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us. I loved it. So thank you for being here. I appreciate Nope being on here. And
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
oh yeah, we can. I did raid last time, so
Ooh,
I just have to keep it on. So let's and Deo. Oh, I love Deo. We didn't talk
Deo's here.
much.
Hi, Deo.
No, he's on live
Oh,
right now, and
he's on live.
so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
again, I love Deo. I absolutely love him too. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And thank you, Whiskey. So yeah, it is kind of weird night. He normally streams during the day. But again, yeah. Do you stream or post? Which
Mainly, I just upload videos. I've only done one stream, and that was actually a live stream to do a shout out to Jim Browning for some cool stuff that he got. One of the
that's cool.
challenges is I have to have uh, some some good numbers I can call, to do a scam bait during that, rather than, okay, try this number. Nope, it's not working. Try this. So, but I know there's stuff in Scammer Info and Tech
Yes.
Scammers United. Just, about the only time I can really do it would be a Saturday during the day.
That would be great. That would be great. Let us know if you're doing one, and
Okay.
I'll, just either DM me or I'll, or send me something on Twitter. And
Yeah.
but again, just thank you, Jim, for sharing and teaching us some things that you're doing. And please keep up the great fight. And again, you're amazing. I think you're a great guy, and it was a pleasure to get to meet you tonight. So again, thank
Well,
you for joining
sure.
us.
Well,
Yeah.
and you say you think I'm a great guy. You've just never met me. I'm a terribly mean person. Just ask my dog.
Oh no, not the dog.
Uh,
Yeah,
oh yeah, no,
I bet the dog's spoiled. I bet the dog is spoiled. So
no,
just like our cats.
no. Yeah, yes. Well, he's also my service dog, so
Oh, great.
he keeps me from dying in the middle of the night, literally. But
Good.
what I may do is um, prep up an actual video for YouTube, um, uh, but I won't be able to put it on YouTube. The purpose would be how to set up stuff for a scam baiting environment. So you have to have your virtualization software. You have to create virtual machines. You have to have fake emails. And I want to caution everybody that's listening here. If you are doing scam baiting with your own regular computer, don't do it anymore.
Yes.
Same with a regular email address or your regular phone. Don't do it anymore. These guys are getting more and more clever, and they can find you out. At a minimum, you have to use a VPN. Where you, let's see, my VPN currently says I think I'm in Las Vegas, because that's where one of my scam baiting characters is based out of.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago right now. That's where mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I've
I
been
totally
there.
understand.
Yeah.
But again, just thank you so much for tonight, and thank you everyone.
It's my honor
for being here. We certainly appreciate what everyone is doing. So again, stay healthy, stay safe, and let's go get those scammers. All right, I'm going to drop.
Sounds great. And folks, feel free to, Amanda, if you wouldn't mind popping my email address up there on the screen for a sec. Feel free to drop me emails if you need some help on learning scam baiting, any of this stuff. I'm happy to help as best I can.
Right, because it was Stoppers Z.
Yeah, Scammer Stoppers
That's
Z at gmail.com.
Scammer Z gmail.com. All right. It's on there. So, all right. Well, we're going to go raid Hatch. And so if you guys want to go over there, but again, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. And I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.